Hello, Kathy. At Disney, right? Yeah. So if you walk to the left and go to the like towards the ship, there's a crosswalk there. And then when you go to the crosswalk, there's a bunch of shuttles lined up. The shuttle will be there in about 15 minutes. I'll send you a picture of it now. You're welcome. Bye. Morning. No, man. magic you were on?
The dream.
Okay, thanks.
He's yelling at us.
Goodbye.
I seen she was bitching about Melissa getting in a fight at the bus or something.
Yeah, it sounds like there's more to the story.
Oh, I'm sure. Of course there is.
Good morning there, Nicholas. No weapons.
Sounded like a Muppets character.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Out of all the security guards, she always tells me to take off my glasses. And she knows me. I mean, I've been coming here for years, and she knows me. And she's always telling me, Nicholas, take off your glasses. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't she know that rule is to confirm identity. If she already knows my identity, then why is she asking me all the time to take my glasses off?
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
With that Muppet sound, right?
Yeah, with
like
the
you
Muppets
said, yeah.
voice.
Well, because she's got a steady job and she's working at the port and probably very happy. Good for her.
Nobody ever said they were smart.
Good for her. Yeah, you don't got to be a rocket scientist to do that.
It's Florida traffic. Yeah, look.
Was your ship the only ship here today?
I think so.
I
didn't
think
see-
so too, because otherwise we would see some more ships here.
Yeah, I didn't see any more port this morning. I watched this.
That explains why I'm not that busy today.
Yeah, I didn't see any more cruise ships coming in. I was up there at 5:30 watching them come in.
Yeah, no. That's the first terminal really, and all the other terminals are right here, and there's no ships. So I
Yeah.
guess it's very rare. There's only one ship, but it is coming in the summertime now, and in the summertime it is a little slower than the winter. Maybe they go into a little. Maybe it's going to always starting to be less cruises now.
Yeah, I seen some out in the ocean last night, but this morning none were in the docks.
Yeah, there's not one, right? There's none. Here's a military ship right here on the left because it's Fleet Week. So
Oh,
this
yeah?
ship, this ship is a military ship. That's the
Oh,
Coast
that's
Guard.
right,
Yeah, that's the Coast Guard. Yeah. I guess the military ship left. There was the USS Cole here for a week, which was a guided missile destroyer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they had all the sailors were in town for a week. And it just must have just left. Yep, your ship is the only one here.
Yeah, I didn't see any more come in this morning. Amazing how they maneuver those things.
Qatar hotel that I don't know that you know about. I think it's the only one in the world. I think.
Haven't seen too many of them.
Yeah, I think it's the only one.
What's that?
It's the Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh,
It's the Hard Rock Qatar Hotel. Remember Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah.
You see that building with the white domes on top?
Yeah.
That's the Hard Rock Hotel. That's the hotel she died in. So then, many years later, they built this because that was getting too crowded. So now that's a hotel too. So both of them are Hard Rocks, except that's the Qatar Hotel and that's the regular one. It's the Indians, the Seminole Indians own it. It's an Indian reservation. Yeah, they have gambling there. It's a casino. It's the best casino in Florida. 24 hours a day. Yeah, on the hotel it says Hard Rock. On the Qatar it doesn't. You can see it says Hard Rock on the hotel. We actually didn't go the normal way. Normally we would take I-95, the highway.
Yeah.
But there is two ways to get there. This way is a longer way, but the GPS said that the traffic was less. So there was probably an accident on I-95, which there is every like hour. So yeah, from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, every hour. I-95 is the most dangerous highway in America, and that strip between Palm Beach and Miami is the most dangerous part of 95. And that's normally what I take, but it said it was going to be another 20 minutes, 30 minutes if I took that way. So we are going out west now, a little too much, but this highway is going to be getting us there faster. Yeah.
Instead of sitting in traffic.
Yeah, 95, we would have been sitting in traffic right now if we went on 95, yeah.
Yeah, Florida traffic's horrible. At least on this coast. I like the West Coast. I'm not a fan over here.
Well, people are, even though it's a lot of traffic, people are good drivers because a lot of people have good cars here. A lot of people have a lot of money, right? So the cars are really good here. If you look around, you don't see too many beaters, you know?
Yeah.
You see some, but not very many. Mostly you see good, expensive cars that go fast, you know, and people drive them. So the traffic does move fast. I mean, there's really no law enforcement on the highways. There's really nowhere to stop anybody. It's too dangerous for them to put their lights on, the police. So there's no radar and there's no roadblocks and DUI checkpoints and nothing. Used to be like that. But now with all the tourism and all the traffic and how intense it is and how fast it is, the police just don't bother with the enforcement, which actually keeps the traffic moving even faster because you never see anybody getting tickets.
Yeah.
So everybody's just going as fast, literally as fast as the traffic will allow them to. Yeah.
Kind of like out west where it's on the speed limit.
Yeah, here the speed limit's 80, 85 miles an hour on a normal day.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's doing 80, 85. Yeah, like I'm doing 80 now. So it's a very fast, both highways, the Turnpike and 95 are very fast highways. South Florida, yeah.
Makes sense.
And the trip that you're taking, I mean, literally tens of thousands of people have to take that trip every day. You know, with the cruise ships and the way the airports are, people are flying out of Miami, coming into Fort Lauderdale. It's what this company does specifically is this trip, Fort Lauderdale to Miami, and it's most tourists are flying into Fort Lauderdale and going to cruise in Miami. It's not often I go from Port Everglades to Miami. That's not a very common trip. But what's very common is Fort Lauderdale Airport to the hotel you're going to. Most people are flying into Fort Lauderdale and going to stay at your hotel, and then the next day they cruise out of Port Miami.
Yeah, we did the opposite.
Yeah, you did the opposite, right? And I think your hotel provides a free shuttle to the Port of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. They might give you a free shuttle to the airport too. I'm not sure, Miami Airport. But I know they give a free shuttle to the to Miami Cruise Port. They won't pick you back up after the ship, but they will take you from the hotel to the ship.
Crazy place to drive is Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's horrible in Dallas. 5 miles takes you 2 hours. It's ridiculous.
Well, you know, and I gotta say that happens here. But what good thing about Florida is since it's so long and skinny, that there's many ways to get north and south. You're really not going east and west.
Yeah.
You know, so you can actually travel on the beach, which is a road that goes north and south, pretty much the whole length of Florida. You do have to go inland a little bit sometimes for when the cruise ships go out, because when the cruise ships go out, there's no bridge there. So you do have to go inland a little bit by the 2 ports. But other than those 2 ports, Fort Lauderdale and Miami, you can drive on A1A all the way, which is Ocean Drive, all the way literally up the coast. So you have that road, then you have a couple of other roads like Federal Highway, Dixie Highway, then you got 95, then you got the Turnpike, which is what we're on. There's a couple local streets that are pretty quick. So in a way, even though the traffic's bad here, you have a lot of alternate routes, where in Dallas, probably not. When you get stuck, probably when you get stuck in Dallas,
You're stuck.
You don't have any other options to get where you want to go.
Yeah, you're
That's
stuck.
Yeah, that sucks. At least here, yeah, we do get stuck a lot with all the accidents, a lot of rain here. But when we get stuck, if you're positioned in a certain way,
Get out of it.
yeah, like if I know the traffic's backing up, I'll go in the right lane. I could go on the shoulder. I can get off. I can't in this business. You can't just sit in traffic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you only stay in the left lane when you want to go. But when I see it backing up, I'm constantly looking at this, constantly looking at that. If I see it backing up and I think I got to get off,
Jump off.
yeah. Otherwise, you get blocked in. Nobody wants to let you over. It can take 40 minutes just to get over there. There is a lot of road rage here. I do say that's awkward. The road rage things is awkward. Like even that security guard at the Disney terminal.
Yeah.
She was screaming at me. The cop was mad. I'm just being careful. You know, it's road rage. That woman had rage.
A lot of people do anyway.
Yeah. She should smoke what the security guard was smoking. The one that tells me to take my glasses all the time. Whatever she's doing, that security guard needs to do. Yeah, she's actually dealing with the public more. The security guard's dealing with just drivers. All right, well, the GPS says you'll be there in a half hour, which is about 9:45, so that's good. Because this is usually an hour trip this time of day, and it looks like we're going to do it in 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah. That's a bonus.
Yeah, we might see some alligators. When we go west out here, if you notice, there's no tall buildings. This is all swamp.
All swamp, yeah.
And everything's fake. Like these trees are all, not fake, but
No, they planted them.
exactly. Everything here is new because only the last 20, 25 years were they able to decide, let's build out here. But if you see the lakes and all these little streams and everything, there's alligators in there. Because that's all fresh water.
Yeah, it's all man-made.
Yeah, that's fresh water, and a lot of it comes from Lake Okeechobee. Like, we'll see these little canals here, see the sandbags over there, they put rocks, they put coral there to stop the water from going. So sometimes all of this, that's why it's depressed. Sometimes all of that's filled with water.
Like a retention pond.
Yeah, it's a retention pond, and see how high the sewer is? So the alligators go in the sewer, the alligators come from Lake Okeechobee, and since we're out west now, if you look at where we are, yeah, we're out west. So there's no salt water out here. When we're by the beach, where you guys were, where I picked you up, there's so much salt water, the alligators, they'll turn around. Yeah, they'll turn around. There's too much salt water. But over here, since it's all swamp, fresh, the alligators do live around here. And they grow up around here. Yeah. And mostly they are building communities. This is a new community. That's why they built the wall, because the noise was too much for the highway noise. But these are all new communities that are built behind these walls.
It seems to be everywhere now. They're building everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, there's a lake. For the longest time, they weren't allowed to build here, and maybe they weren't even able to. But
That was probably protected wetlands.
Yeah, they weren't able. But then eventually, developers got their way, and they said, we can do it, and
Overpopulation took over.
yeah, and then for like 6 months, all you do is see dump trucks coming to the area, and all they do is drop coral in the swamp, and then after they drop coral in the swamp, there's a natural lake there. There's definitely alligators in there. That's a natural lake. I don't know if that's man-made. It could be man-made. I don't know. Actually, don't know. But that lake would have alligators. All the little lakes around here have. And sometimes during the summer, that's why they put the barbed wire so the alligator can't climb over the lake. I mean, the alligator can't climb over the fence. See how the barbed wire is this way?
Yeah.
To keep you in, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's an actual road that goes from Fort Lauderdale to Naples, Florida, which is on the west coast of Florida, which is called Alligator Alley. And when you drive that road, that's the most alligators you'll see, because you're actually driving right through the Everglades, right through the swamp, where there is no building. And they do have the fence with the barbed wire going that way.
Off the highways.
Yeah, because the alligators can't climb the fences, yeah.
It's kind of weird to climb the
Yeah,
fence.
see this? Sometimes you see alligators like in the summertime on the banks over here.
I would have never thought they climbed fences.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, this is all new. Actually, you'll see the Everglades this way. Look this way. You should probably see nothing there. Yeah, you see how it's kind of all. Wow, look at this. Look at this lake right here.
Yeah, they're making a lake out of it.
Yeah, you see how it's all lagoon, like green, because the bottom of it's sand. So that's why it looks like that. It's all sand on the bottom. Yeah, so see how if you look west, you don't see no buildings or nothing, because that's the Everglades out there. So all the alligators come from there and they go east. So we're at the end of where there's no. Yeah, we're at. There's only about half a mile that way, and then it stops.
We drove through the west coast, off Miami, St. Pete's. There was nothing over there.
Where do you guys live?
Ohio, up by Cleveland, in the hood. We're outside of Cleveland. It ain't too bad over there. Cleveland's pretty bad.
where JD Vance is from?
Yeah, Vance is from Ohio. Yeah.
And I think he's going to try to help Ohio. Are you a
Yeah.
fan? Are you a fan of his?
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to help Ohio. I mean, I know President Trump talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they. I mean, I guess because of him. I mean, you hear a lot of. You never hear about Ohio, but the last couple of years.
He was Southern Ohio. He
Yeah.
was down more towards the Cincinnati, Columbus area.
Is it a Republican governor?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he acts more like a dim bitch.
Well, because I know that's back in the day. Didn't Ohio have car manufacturing? Back in the day, it did, right? So I think that's on the.
Ford plants are up there in Brook Park and all around that area.
Yeah, I think. I think I had an 81 Vet that I think was made in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Brook Park plant was pretty big.
Yeah, I think it was made. My 81 Vet, I think, was made in Ohio. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. But I think there's going to be some more car manufacturing in Ohio in the years to come. I hope so.
Supposed to be bringing it back.
I hope so. Yeah.
Trump's doing a lot. We'll see.
Yeah.
Seems to be working. Ukraine just signed a nice deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they signed that mineral deal.
Oh, that's cool. I thought they backed out of that.
Nope, they signed it yesterday.
Oh, great. That's great.
So now it's going to become a Russia thing with Trump. trying to
Yeah, you
stop
know
it.
why? Because we were getting all that minerals from China.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make it so we don't need China anymore, which is kind of impossible to do because everything at Walmart and Target is from China and Home Depot, right? So it's hard. I see what he's trying to do, but it's going to be hard. You
These
know?
tariffs are really putting it to China, though.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think it's great that he's doing that. You know, I don't need to buy anything from China. I'm good.
We're going to suffer for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people that I don't care about price. If I think it's a better quality something, I'll buy it from something that's better quality.
China's just shit.
Yeah, I tend to not just go to Walmart and buy some sneakers or shirts. I don't really do that. But a lot of people have to because it is cheap, you know. Especially when you got kids. It's the best way and cheapest way to clothe your kids, you know.
Yeah.
I dated some single moms and all they did was go to Walmart and Target and buy everything. I do buy car seats in Target, so I gotta say that. I buy car seats in Target, I buy booster seats in Target. I think that's it. I don't know that I buy anything else there. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a little rough for a minute, but
Yeah.
once it happens, it'll happen and it'll be a lot cheaper.
Actually, and you know what would be best for Ohio? Would be best for Ohio is if after Trump's presidency, JD becomes president.
That's fun.
Because his family's there and he's got loyalty to Ohio and he's going to finish whatever Trump was
When they start.
Yeah, so that would be great. I hope he does become president. I hope he does, put a lot of infrastructure money.
I'd love to see him run and Trump be his vice.
Yeah,
That would be great.
yeah.
Then we'd get another 4 years at least. Imagine if Trump would have stayed president the first time, what it would be like now.
Yeah, yeah. And in a way, but he says it's better that it didn't happen because it showed everybody what happens
Yeah.
if the wrong people are in charge.
Gave him the reality of what life
Yeah, I
is.
mean, who knows? Like, look. Not only that, look at all the people that were victims of illegal immigration. Those people would still be alive, and those girls would not be attacked and all that. So that's really huge. That unfortunately, that was the consequence of him not being president, because those millions of people that came in this country, a lot of them are getting taken out of Florida.
Yeah, there's
Just the other day, there was 800 that were scooped up.
yeah.
And there's a lot of illegal immigrants here. I don't know how many of them are going to get scooped up, but there's a lot of them here.
He vows he's getting them all, so he wiped a lot out up there in Ohio. He actually put landscaping companies pretty much out of business there for a minute.
Yeah, you would think here too. I mean, a lot of the hotel workers and a lot of the landscapers, a lot of the construction guys, a lot of them are all illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if they're in the wrong place at the wrong time, they're going to get scooped up.
Yeah, I do construction in Ohio, and there's a guy that has a company that bought 2 houses, and he houses the Mexicans.
Yeah. actually, he could probably get in trouble now, because now if you harbor them, right?
The
You
law
can,
is,
the law's different now. If you harbor them, you can. And
He's doing that for the last 5 years. He had 2 houses.
I bet he's not going to do that anymore because he probably has enemies, and he should know that his enemies could rat him out.
I haven't even seen him around, actually.
Yeah, think about it, because
His company's just disappeared, kind of.
because obviously he knows he's in violation of the law, and anybody that has an enemy that's doing that, somebody can just even email Homeland Security. You don't even have to call them.
No.
I bet you if you sent, they're so efficient now that if you sent ICE an email with details,
They're in it.
they're going to start investigating. Yeah, they have all these. They're hiring investigators, and they're all working together. All the agencies. Yeah.
ICE is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Not like Colorado, they took over those apartment complexes and all that
Log
shit.
out this signal. Signal
Well, if
stored.
do you feel that that they keep your wages low, or is it not? It doesn't affect the wages? Are they still making the same amount of money as Americans?
No, they're making less,
they
but
are-
they're taking the work from Americans.
Got it.
That's where the problem is up there. They're working cheap to where
And as many and the more that there are, the less Americans will do the job, because they're not
Exactly.
Americans won't compete with that wage.
no, exactly. That's what's happening up there.
Well, then that's all changing then.
Yeah, it's all turning around now. It's coming back to the Americans. And this Biden supporter, or no, he's got his beach bride Biden on there.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, that's a beater. That
says a peach Biden.
Oh, it does say peach Biden. Oh yeah, it says
right,
Trump sticker.
I thought, I seen the Trump after I seen
I
that
wonder. I
picture.
think that's a New York plate. What kind of license plate is that?
That is an old.
I think that's a New York plate. Let me see where he's
It's
from.
gotta be an 80s.
Yeah, that's a 1980 station wagon.
Yeah, I was gonna say late.
And it's
80s.
probably from New York. Let me see where he's from.
The old Woodies. Oh yeah, that's a cougar.
No, he's from Nebraska.
That's a Mercury Cougar. That thing is old.
Yeah, and you know what? Only it's rusted because it's from Nebraska and there's all snow up there.
Yeah.
That's a far drive.
And that thing.
Yeah. Well, like some cities, listen, I bet you some cities in this country have a lot of cars like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know your city and your state, right? But here, that's a very rare thing. Like, that's an eyesore here. But in cities all over the country, it's normal to be driving an 80s Chevy or an 80s Pontiac, right?
Yeah.
But here, you don't see that. You don't
Get
see
into
that.
the mountain states and stuff. They got a lot of those.
Yeah.
Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky. You see a lot of those older cars.
Yeah.
And they're still clean.
Yeah, and they're easier to maintain. You don't need to go to auto. You can go to an auto parts store and
Yeah, you carry spare parts in the trunk of the toolbox.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Pop the hood, fix it. Be on
Yeah,
your way.
I'm like that with my vehicles. I've always had an American vehicle, and I've always fixed them as much as I can myself. And this is a prime example. This vehicle is a Chevy. I mean, this vehicle, you can get parts for everywhere. It's very easy to fix this vehicle. Some of it I can fix myself if I have time. All right, we'll be there in, this is an interesting way to go that I went this way, but we'll be there in 17 minutes. But you see how we weren't stuck in traffic?
Yeah.
We did get out of the way a little bit, but we weren't locked down. We weren't in,
I seen it was building up there again.
yeah, this is an interesting highway. This highway, we're taking this. It's just like a street. This is where we are now. This is a street with lights, and it's a 5 mile. It's going to be 5 miles from here to here, but it's going to be lights. But it's stop and go, but it's not backed up. This is named after Lake Okeechobee. This road is called Okeechobee because if you see right next to it, you see the waterway.
Yeah.
That's because that waterway comes from Lake Okeechobee, which is our giant lake in the middle of the state. So a lot of alligators are coming through these canals right here. See this canal?
Touches all those little man-made lakes.
Yeah, it's a very, very. See, it's all the way out west over here. There's 27. You see? See how 27 is against the Everglades here?
Yeah.
There's nothing built over here. So all the alligators go through that waterway. That's why this is called Okeechobee Road.
I think that's the road we took. Was 27.
Yeah, 27 is the furthest, most west road you could take in South Florida.
Yeah. We flew into Miami, got a car, and I was like, I'm not staying here. I like the West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm a St. Pete's fan.
Oh boy, go. Oh God. Oh my. Woo!
It's a bigger vehicle.
Oh boy.
He didn't even give a shit.
I know he didn't. He didn't care. If I would have went, I think he would have took my fender or my mirror or something. Oh boy. Yeah, so this canal here has alligators.
Yeah, I was looking over there.
Yeah, they have alligators in there. Now and then they'll put a wall there so they can't keep going, and there's a screen. You'll see it. Maybe they'll have a wall coming up.
Oh, in the water now.
Yeah, a wall so the alligators can't keep going.
Almost like a dam.
Yeah, it's a dam. The water goes, but not the alligator. There's also a very cool bridge that you're gonna see that goes like this.
To keep them from going.
No, it's a car bridge.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a car bridge. I think it's coming up. Yeah, it's an old bridge.
So it's like a drawbridge for cars almost.
Yes, but what happens is it goes up instead of opens.
Yeah.
It just goes up.
Like an elevator.
Like an elevator. Yeah, it's got a chain with a gear.
Very cool.
It is cool. It's very old. Look at these people's houses. Look at the back of these people's houses. It's a very poor neighborhood over here. Look at that, huh? Half of it's falling in the water too. Those seawalls.
This is the cops on Miami. This is where they're filming at.
Yeah, this is a bad name. This is Hialeah.
Yeah.
This is Southwest Miami. This is pretty bad over here.
This is Patty Mayo territory.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are all illegal structures that are built that the code enforcement should really tell these people to knock this stuff down. People, expanded their houses and made sheds in the back of their house, and these people are living in sheds back here. And half these properties are falling in the water.
Yeah.
It cost a fortune to fix a seawall, and the homeowners are responsible for the seawall.
So they just don't fix it.
They don't fix it, and the code enforcement guys, they know that if they put a red sticker on these people's doors, these people are going to move out because nobody can afford to do it. So some of them you're going to see, it looks like the whole back of the house is ready to fall in the water.
I can see.
Every now and then it does. Every now and then you hear about an emergency. The fire department coming because the whole back of the house fell in the water. These are the homes that happens to.
Yeah, this black wall here don't look very good.
Nope.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Some people patch it, but you can't really patch it. It's got to be,
Gotta be restructured.
What they do is they put planks in the water like this, metal planks,
Pound them down.
and then they siphon the water out, right? And then they work on the wall. And then when the wall dries, they take the planks out. Those metal, those metal things that they pound in the ground? Those metal girders like this?
Yeah.
Whatever they're called. That's how they fix that. That's so expensive. They actually have to put a barge in here with a crane, and then it's got the other thing that hits the thing down. Yeah, some of them there's not even a seawall. Like there's not even a seawall here. It looks like so it's dirt. See?
Yeah.
That's just dirt. And that's the best seawall right there. That's
That's
the
the
way.
new ones.
That's because that's a city. That's a bus stop. That's the way it's supposed to be. But a lot of it, you can see it's like, look at this person's house is falling down right there. You can see the gate coming down. See that?
It's horrible.
Yeah. Look at this guy's patio.
That shit shack. I wouldn't even sit on that deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a boat out there.
That's a whole illegal structure too. That whole thing over there is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Ugly too, right? So ugly.
Yeah. Looks good.
Look at this guy's corner of his house is all falling down. Look at this the wood falling down over there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Ugly.
Yeah, it's an eyesore.
Yeah, it's ugly. You can't take my eyes off of it.
All these walls. And a lot of them are like the house foundation.
Yeah. Probably gonna knock it all down one day.
I'm sure.
The city's gonna probably have to knock it all down.
Or a hurricane or something will flood it.
Yeah.
Take it the rest of the way out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the train track that actually goes across right here. Yeah, that was Hialeah, and now we're coming into Miami Springs. I think your hotel, the name of your city of your hotel, I think is Miami Springs.
Yeah, you can tell the difference just by looking over there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is different now. This is Miami
little cleaner.
Springs. Yeah.
It's like Cleveland all those some old houses that are just
Oh,
condemned.
that you guys have wooden houses there?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Here we can't do that. We have to have the CBS block, the cinder block, because of code, because of the
Yeah.
hurricanes. So we have
Hurricanes.
strong houses here because of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Like look at North Carolina, all those homes that got washed away. Those
Yeah.
were all homes. Those are all wooden homes.
Those were all wooden homes.
Yeah. It looks like it's high tide. See how high the water is?
Yeah, just look up.
Yeah, it's high tide.
Yeah, that's what got Carolina so bad. They were all wooden houses up in the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
And then all that rain running out of those mountains.
Yeah. Asheville.
Yeah, Milton came through here, I believe. No, I think Milton was on the other coast. They get all kinds of hurricanes down here. It's hard to keep track of them. Yeah, Milton went through the Gulf.
Yeah, most hurricanes that come, most of the hurricanes they go to the Gulf of America now.
Yeah.
Think about it. They stay where they go where the warm water is.
Yeah.
You know,
Get out the Gulf and go up.
yeah, once it hits Cuba or Jamaica, or once it hits there, it always follows. It goes west because of the warm water. It knows it needs the warm water to go to have that atmospheric, temperature to keep going. It's trying to stay alive.
They usually hit the Panhandle. or
Yeah,
New
so
Orleans.
it doesn't really hit. The hurricanes don't really hit us here because we're on the East Coast and the water's kind of cold and it drops off pretty deep over here.
You get the rains.
Yeah, we get rains and wind, but we don't really get, we haven't gotten one in like 20 years. We haven't gotten a serious hurricane in 20 years. So that's barely ever. You usually get 1 or 2 a lifetime if you live down here, which is nothing really. I think I had 2, my whole
Admiral
life.
just got one up there not too long ago, didn't they?
Yeah, but the Gulf of Mexico gets one every 5
Every
years.
year.
Every
Yeah.
3-4 years it
Seems
gets.
like every year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can totally tell these walls have been redone.
I think that's the bridge I was talking about. Let's see if I'm right. That bridge goes up and down. Straight up and down, I think.
Yeah, I think I see the cranks up there.
Yeah, I think it does. Yep, yeah, there is the cranks. Exactly. There you go. Isn't that something? I
That's
noticed
crazy.
that's the only bridge I've ever seen like that.
So it fills up and they just go up to the
It goes
next
up.
level and it's wild.
Yeah. Well, what's really weird is, like, I guess you can have a boat in here, I guess. And the reason why they put these pipes up high, right, is so the boat can fit in. So that means that the boat can't be higher than those pipes, because those pipes you can't move, right?
Yeah.
So if that's as high as the boat can go, then they had to figure out a way as how we gonna open the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So I believe, does this bridge open?
No, that one looks fixed.
Which is weird. Yeah, that one is fixed, right?
Yeah, that one does look fixed.
So if that's fixed, maybe they don't use this anymore. See, look, see, this is the
Yeah,
bridge.
you can see the lift of it.
Yeah. Oh, I see. See, they put a stopper there. See, they got a.
Oh, yeah.
That must be a city boat, and then they put something maybe so the alligators don't come through, or maybe because of the dirt. These are the construction guys use those buoys so the debris doesn't get in there. So there's a reason why that bridge doesn't open and this one does.
Yeah, it don't look like that bridge has been in use.
Oh, here it goes. Look at it says historic bridge, rehabilitation and painting.
Maybe they're revamping it.
Work includes, but is not limited to, concrete repairs, structural steel repairs, structural steel painting, lighting update, bridge signage, update, and minor aesthetic improvements. So
So I don't think they're going to make it operable again. They're just going to make it pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, because all the cables are missing. That is pretty neat, though.
Yeah, it is.
Look at those old motors on there with the pulleys and stuff.
Yeah, so back in the day they were using this for boats probably.
Got the
And then
wire
eventually
meters.
they said they don't want boats in here anymore, because obviously that's why those pipes were going high, because
Yeah, for the boats.
they did that for the boats. Nowadays they usually put them underneath the water, those pipes, they don't think they run them above the ground anymore. Everything's underground now. But back in the day, that was probably 50 years ago they did that.
Yeah, we can't run anything above ground up in Ohio. It freezes.
Yeah, here most of the new homes, everything is the electric and everything is underneath the ground. The old homes have the electric, coming from the pole to the house. And the new homes you don't see. That's how you know it's a new home. If there's no wires going to the home,
Yeah,
it's a new home.
Up there is a pain in the ass.
If it's an old home, then you see.
I'm an operator. I pull a lot of electric lines out of the ground with excavators.
Oh yeah.
They mark them and they mark them wrong, and next thing you know, you got wires coming up on your bucket.
Yeah.
Or they don't bury them deep enough. All the new construction developments, it's all in the ground up there.
Yeah, they're all here too, the new ones. But a lot of like my house and my whole neighborhood, there's electrical wires in the air going to our homes because our homes were made in the 50s. But some people do knock down the homes where I live, and they build new homes, and all the electric's on the ground for them.
Yeah, really. You did that. Oh my God! You actually put that picture on Facebook. They should beat you. Yeah, well, you can leave it. Everybody's seen it now.
Oh man.
You look pregnant. You look more pregnant than Abby.
You look like me.
You look more pregnant than Abby.
You look like you're about to pop out.
I know. What was that?
Maybe you're having a baby.
Oh, it's too late now. I'm already going to be made fun of by all my buddies. And they had to tag me in it. Yeah, they're going to tear me up.
You hear that? Is that silly? Grandpa Big?
Tell Mommy, don't be getting funny. Grandpa still whoop her ass.
Mommy is big. Grandpa Big too. We should take a picture and touch our bellies.
Yeah, scrolling through the pictures, I'm like, really?
That's funny. I didn't see that one.
Wait, I got some good ones of you, babe. Oh yeah. Yeah, you just wait. Yeah. You noticed. Don't be lying. Don't be lying, bitch.
It was intentional for sure.
Oh, that was totally intentional.
Hey, you're not helping him.
Who said I was, Kat?
Yeah, look at that. Look pregnant.
We should touch our bellies together for a bit.
Touch our bellies together.
Yeah, me and have you do a belly picture.
Bump to bump.
She's pregnant. She's got an excuse.
Like Mike Wazowski's girlfriend.
You look like Brad.
You do look like Brad. You do look like Brad.
Yeah, your Emma ain't gonna be around much longer. Grandpa's gonna kill her.
All right, so your hotel's right here, and if you guys need to get something real quick, you got this little convenience store right here.
Ew.
This is something you can walk to. There's not much else you can walk to. You'll have to check your phones, but at least you know you can walk out of here and go to this little convenience store inside the gas station.
Uber somewhere later for dinner and shit. So.
Tony, we should go to that. What is?
Yeah, there's not much you can walk
Where's
to.
the place with the Ferris wheel called?
Oh, that's Bayside Marketplace.
Bayside
You
Marketplace.
should go
Yeah,
there.
we should go
How
there.
You
far
should
is
go
it?
there. Yes, go
It's
there.
so nice.
That's downtown Miami.
That's where we took pictures with the parents.
How far away
and
is that
stuff.
roughly?
I'd say it's about 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
We could go out there this afternoon.
It's downtown Miami. It's right where the cruise ships are.
There's all those little like shops and there's.
Yeah, it's an outdoor mall.
There's
It's called
boating
Bayside
tours,
Marketplace.
A Ferris wheel. There's a bunch of restaurants.
There's a Hard Rock Cafe there.
Yeah. I
And there's
really
a lot
like
of restaurants
that.
and shops. I think that's a great. I do recommend people all the time if they stay around here to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking I should give her more. Yeah, just give her 20.
Oh, you're right. Do you have those singles? I thought we had 6 now.
I'm just gonna give her 20 and say it was a 20 or 100, so you're in 20.
All right, you guys, be careful. Watch your head when you get out. Okay.
All right, here, take that for me.
Watch your head.
It might help her. Yeah, probably would.
Yeah,
Let's go. Are you leaving me in here or what? Say, are you leaving me? Come on, baby. Come on. Oof.